The Terran Defiance hung in the void like a predator waiting to strike. Its matte black hull absorbed the starlight of distant suns, making it appear as nothing more than a shadow against the cosmic backdrop. On the bridge, Commander James Harrison stood with his arms crossed, studying the tactical display that showed 13 alien warships arranged in perfect formation before them. "They're called the Hegemony's finest," Lieutenant Lisa Chen said from her position at the sensor station, her voice carrying a mix of awe and concern. Each of those vessels represents the pinnacle of their respective species' military technology. The Vorthon dreadnought alone has enough firepower to glass a planet. James nodded slowly, his weathered face betraying no emotion. 20 years of deep space conflicts had taught him that reputation meant nothing when plasma started flying. "What's our assessment, Chen?" Lisa's fingers danced across her console, streams of data flowing across her screens. "The Caltharian cruiser has adaptive shielding that's never been penetrated. The Zephyrian battleship uses quantum torpedoes that can phase through conventional armor. The Morvac destroyer—" She paused, her expression growing grim. "Sir, they've equipped it with neural disruptors. They're not just here to destroy us, they want to turn our own crew against us." The communication array crackled to life, filling the bridge with the synthesized voice of the Hegemony's Supreme Admiral. "Human vessel, you stand accused of violating the Galactic Accords by developing prohibited weapons technology. Surrender, now, and your deaths will be swift." James walked to the communication console, his boots clicking against the metal deck plating. "This is Commander Harrison of the Terran Defense Force. I'm afraid we'll have to decline your generous offer." A ripple of what might have been laughter echoed through the comm. "Your primitive vessel against the combined might of 13 advanced civilizations? We have studied human psychology, Commander. You are not a suicidal species. You will see reason." "You're right about one thing," James replied, glancing at Lisa with the faintest hint of a smile. "We're not suicidal. Chen, bring all systems online." The bridge lights dimmed as power flowed to the Defiance's weapons array. Unlike the sleek, energy-based armaments of their opponents, humanity had taken a decidedly different approach. Lisa's console showed green lights across all weapon systems, kinetic railguns, explosive ordnance, and something the aliens had never encountered before. Good old-fashioned nuclear warheads wrapped in adaptive AI guidance systems. "Sir," Lisa said, her voice steady despite the impossible odds, "the Hegemony ships are beginning their attack run. They're maintaining formation. They want to demonstrate their superiority by overwhelming us with coordinated firepower." James settled into his command chair. "Their first mistake. Helmsman evasive pattern Delta. Chen, target the Vorthon dreadnought with railguns 1 through 6. Let's show them why humans stopped using swords when we invented guns." The Defiance lurched forward with sudden acceleration that would have liquefied any other species. But James and Lisa barely flinched. Human evolution had gifted them with robust cardiovascular systems and reinforced skeletal structures, biological advantages that translated directly into superior G-force tolerance. The Vorthon dreadnought opened fire first, its massive energy, cannons painting space purple with exotic particles. The beam struck the Defiance's shields, causing them to flare and fluctuate, but the human vessel pressed its attack. When the aliens expected retreat, James ordered a full frontal assault. "Railguns firing," Lisa announced. The Defiance shuddered as magnetically accelerated tungsten slugs launched at a significant fraction of light speed. The aliens had prepared for energy weapons, particle beams, and exotic matter warheads. They had not prepared for chunks of metal traveling at relativistic velocities. The first salvo punched through the dreadnought's adaptive shielding like it wasn't there. The alien technology designed to disperse and redirect energy attacks had no answer for solid projectiles moving with kinetic energy, equivalent to small nuclear weapons. The Vorthon ship's hull buckled and vented atmosphere in spectacular fashion. "Impossible!" came the cry from the Hegemony Admiral. "Kinetic weapons are primitive, barbaric." "Effective," James corrected. "Chen, deploy the nuclear package. Let's introduce them to human innovation." Lisa's hands moved with practiced precision. The Defiance's torpedo tubes opened, launching what appeared to be conventional warheads. The alien ships immediately began defensive maneuvers, their point defense systems tracking the incoming projectiles. Energy beams and particle cannons vaporized the first wave of missiles with contemptuous ease. Then the second wave hit. Each destroyed missile had been a carrier, packed with dozens of smaller warheads equipped with AI systems that had learned from humanity's greatest military minds. The submunitions spread out in seemingly random patterns, then suddenly converged on their targets from impossible angles. The aliens' coordinated formation became their weakness as nuclear fireballs bloomed between their ships. The Caltharian cruisers' impenetrable shields held against the nuclear detonations, but Lisa had anticipated this. "Sir, their shields are exactly as advertised. They can't be breached. But they're not designed for sustained bombardment." James understood. Immediately. Continuous fire. Make them burn through their power reserves. The Defiance unleashed everything it had. Railguns hammered the Caltharian shields while nuclear warheads detonated in carefully calculated sequences. The alien ship's defensive systems, designed for elegant space combat between civilized species, were overwhelmed by humanity's brutal efficiency. Within minutes, the Caltharian cruiser's shields failed, and tungsten slugs tore through its hull like paper. The Zephyrian battleship fared no better. Its quantum torpedoes couldn't phase through targets moving too fast to properly lock onto, and the Defiance's erratic flight patterns made accurate targeting impossible. "The Morvac destroyer is deploying neural disruptors," Lisa warned, watching her sensors track the alien vessel's approach. James smiled grimly. "Another species that didn't do their homework. All hands, initiate neural shielding protocol." Throughout the ship, the human crew activated cranial implants. Not advanced alien technology, but simple Faraday cage arrays that blocked electromagnetic interference. The Morvac weapon, designed to exploit the delicate neural pathways of most galactic species, found no purchase in the heavily shielded human brains. One by one, the hegemony's finest fell before human pragmatism. Where alien species had developed elegant, sophisticated weapons designed for honorable combat, humans had created tools of war optimized for one purpose: winning. The last enemy ship, a Thraxian command vessel, drifted powerless in space. Its captain's voice came through the comm, filled with disbelief. "How? Your technology is centuries behind ours." James looked at Lisa, who was already preparing damage reports and casualty assessments. The Defiance had taken hits, but her crew was alive and her weapons were still operational. "You want to know our secret?" James asked the alien commander. "Every other species in this galaxy evolved on worlds that were already perfect for them. Humans? We came from a planet that spent 4 billion years trying to kill us. We learned to fight dirty, think creatively, and never, ever give up." He nodded to Lisa, who cut the communication channel. "Course for Earth?" she asked. "Course for Earth," James confirmed. "Let's go home and tell them the galaxy's finest just learned what happens when you underestimate humanity." The Terran Defiance turned away from the debris field that had once been the hegemony's most powerful fleet, its mission complete and its crew intact. Behind them, the stars bore silent witness to a simple truth. In a universe full of sophisticated predators, the most dangerous species was the one that had learned to survive by any means necessary. Humanity had faced the galaxy's finest and broken them effortlessly, not through superior technology, but through the raw, uncompromising will to win that had carried them from the caves of ancient Earth to the stars themselves.